Introduction. You have learned about adding animation effects to slideshows using PowerPoint. They give life to a presentation. You have always been fascinated by various cartoon films, animated movies, and games. Do you know how these amazing films are created? This lesson shall introduce you to a new software called Adobe Flash CS3, which is an animation software package. A few of the things that can be created with Flash are drawings and animations, multimedia websites, banner ads, tutorials, full-length ads and product presentations, customer service kiosks, television and film effects, games and other programs. Cool fact: Flash was created by Future Wave, a multimedia company, in 1995. Then it was called Future Splash Animator. Getting started with Adobe's Flash. Click on Start button on your desktop. On the search bar, type Flash and click on Flash, as shown in the figure on the right. Select Flash File, ActionScript 3.0 under the Create New list. The Adobe Flash CS3 Professional window will appear on your screen. Each Flash document consists of the following components: Stage, Property Inspector, Tools, Timeline. Stage. The stage located at the center of your Flash workspace is your virtual canvas. This is the area where you will draw the pictures and eventually string them together to create your own animation. The stage is also your playback arena, where you run a completed animation to test it out. All software from the Adobe CS3 family have similar user interfaces, similar tools, familiar icons, and customizable workspaces that enable you to move smoothly between Flash and other Adobe design software. The gray area around the stage can be used as the expanded stage to store graphics for future use. Panels. Panels are Flash screen elements that give you easy access to the most commonly used features in Flash. Panels help you to view, organize, and change elements in your Flash document. Panels can have different appearances or states and are categorized into different types based on their function. Property Inspector. Flash creates a tabbed panel group known as the Property Inspector. In Flash, the panel group has two tabs: the Properties tab, which displays information about the properties and attributes of tools, and graphic elements such as color, style, and font for the text tool, and the Parameters tab that displays information about components. In Flash Professional, the panel has a third tab, Filters, which allows you to add special effects to text and certain symbols. Timeline. The timeline determines the order in which the frames appear in, and for how long each frame stays on stage. If you have decided to organize the images on your frames into separate layers, the timeline is also where you specify how you want your layers stacked, which layer you want on top, which one beneath that, and so on. Tools. All animations start with a single drawing, and to draw something in Flash, you need drawing tools such as pens, pencils, brushes, colors, erasers, etc. The Tools panel is where you find Flash's drawing tools. The Tools panel is divided into 4 sections. You can use the tools in the Tools panel to draw, paint, select, and modify artwork, as well as change the view of the stage. Selection and Drawing Tools. At the top of the Tools panel are the tools you need to create and modify a Flash drawing. For example, you might use the Pen tool to start a sketch, the paint bucket or ink bottle to apply color, and the eraser to clean up mistakes. View tools. At times you may draw a picture that is enormous that you can't see it all on the stage at one time, or perhaps draw something that you want to modify pixel by pixel. When either of these situations occurs, you can use the tools that Flash displays in the View section of the Tools panel. These tools are used to zoom in, zoom out, and pan around the stage. Color tools. When you are creating something in Flash, you are drawing one of the two things: a stroke, which is a plain line or outline, or a fill, which is the area within an outline. Before you click one of the drawing icons to begin drawing, you can use these tools to choose a color from the color palette, and Flash applies that color to the stage as you draw. Options tools. Icons that appear in the Options section at any given time depend on which tool you have selected. For example, when you select the Zoom tool from the View section of the Tools panel, the Options section displays an Enlarge icon and a Reduce icon that you can use to change the way the Zoom tool works. Document Properties. The Document Properties dialog box lets you define the stage, its dimensions, the color of the background on which your artwork appears, and the units of measure for rulers and grids, and set a frame rate for playing your movie. Frames are the lifeblood of your animation, and the frame rate is the heart that keeps that blood flowing at a certain speed. Flash's default setting is 12 frames per second, FPS, a reasonable setting for animations viewed over the web. By comparison, the standard frame rate for film movies is double that speed. In Flash, the Document Properties dialog box has a feature for creating metadata for .swf files. Metadata allows search engines to find your creations by title and/or keywords when you publish them to the web. You can also use the Document Properties tab of the Property Inspector to set some document properties. Opening the Document Properties dialog box. To open the Document Properties dialog box, do either of the following. Choose Modify, Document, or Ctrl+J, or in the Timelines status bar, double-click the frame rate display. Setting the size of the stage. Open the Document Properties dialog and do one of the following. To set the stage's dimensions, type values for width and height in the appropriate fields of the Dimensions section. Flash automatically assigns the units of measure currently selected in ruler units. To create a stage big enough to cover all the elements in your movie, in the Matte section of the Document Properties dialog box, select the Contents radio button. Flash calculates the minimum stage size required to cover all the elements in the movie and enters those measurements in the width and height fields of the Dimensions section. To set the stage size to the maximum print area currently available in the Matte section of the Document Properties dialog box, select the Printer radio button. Flash gets paper size from the Page Setup dialog box, subtracts the current margins, and puts the resulting measurements in the width and height fields of the Dimensions section. Click OK. Setting the background color. Open the Document Properties dialog box. To assign your stage a new color, choose one from the Background Color control in the Document Properties dialog box. Click the Background Color control. The pointer changes to an eyedropper and a set of swatches appears. Click OK.